Alright, so this time I went out with the macro, the first time to do like proper macro. Took Jerry to the park again, and yeah, it's got some decent macro shots, I think. Wouldn't call them exactly 100% macro like the eye of a fly type, more like close-ups than anything. I think I did a game or something. What the hell was I thinking there? Guess the I was trying to come up with ideas on YouTube. It's so hard. What I was doing, guess the macro game. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Alright, this one was another attempt at my industrial disease project of photographing the industrial estates around my hometown. I was playing with a lot of colour, and from one end of the spectrum to the other with a lot of drab black and white type monotone colours, and yeah, I thought this one not too bad. I can see that it's kind of the same as before with my industrial photography, but I'm getting there. Maybe I'll make that my project, again in 2023, and go out for a few more shots around the industrial estate, or maybe find different industrial parks and take different perspectives. I want to really go into a steelworks and see all the big steel sparks flying everywhere. That would be awesome, and get that gritty teal and orange and teal kind of look with the sparks and the backdrop of the men in dirty clothes, whatever, grinding away. You know what I mean, like that classic. I think it's been a bit cliche to do that, but that would be a good project for my industrial disease. I don't know why I call it industrial disease. Okay, continuing on with the macro lens, I thought I'd do some focus stacking with this one. That turned out really good. I really like the focus stacking on the Olympus cameras. Yeah, you can do it in post, and you can do it in camera as well with a JPEG. You can get all the raws together and do it in post. We can tweak each photo, or you can just let the camera do it in camera and get the final JPEG. Yeah, I think the final JPEG was just as good as, depending on what you're focus stacking, I guess. But for macro, it's good for macro. That's what I did in this video. Jerry, how many hats have I worn this year? Oi, Jerry. How many hats have I worn this year? Too many hats, Jerry. Yes. I have to buy you a hat, Jerry. Alright, so now I got into Neo, Luminar Neo. I bought the bullet. I bit the bullet and finally upgraded to Luminar Neo. And yeah, it's a really great. I mean, I thought Luminar 4 was good, but Luminar Neo is kind of like Luminar 4, just with just a lot of AI added to it. And the AI does help, and it's a little bit more intuitive, especially with especially with masking. So really, it's Luminar 4 with masking made super easy for anyone. Right click easy. That's how good it is for masking. That's what a lot of the great photos really are all about, masking, if you ask me, because dynamic range and focus stacking and what have you. A lot of the great photographs, if you look behind the scenes, most of them were done by masking and layering and layers and masking and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not just about taking a good photo, it's post-processing. I guess that's even what Ansel Adams, wasn't he like the ultimate in post-processing with film? Alright, street photography. I think this is turning into my favourite genre, my favourite hat for the year. I did a few street photographies. This one I took out the EM10 Mark II with my nice strap here, my retro strap. And I think I had the strap back then, and just the kit lens, the 14-42 kit, which is a beauty for street photography. I think what I was going on about was it's perfect for shooting from the hip when you go like that. So yeah, the EM10. I still think the EM10 still one of the best street photography cameras. Mind you, I've never tried anything else. I think the X100V or the E or the Fuji, the other lineup of Fuji rangefinders are good too. But yeah, for me, I think it's underrated really, the EM10. But I took some really good shots there, some architectural shots, some arty-farty shots, played around with colour. Yeah, and I even did a few, even mucked around with a bit of you know, film simulation post in digital with some of the photos. Yeah, that was good. I really enjoyed that walk around Parramatta. Alright, then I got the film bug. I was watching Craig Roberts' videos, and he went and bought, not this one, the Olympus 35. I think he bought the RD or the RC. Anyway, I bought the Olympus 35 RC, and she's a beauty, I tell you. Full manual, so and automatic as well, and it's a rangefinder. So there you go, left, right, there. When the two things line up, this is a beauty retro 1970s camera. I think, what did I do that day? I think I just took it out and I did the introduction, I changed the light seals, and then I went for the walk. I went and revisited Prospect Dam, and yeah, I think I was waffling on about film and how film is great and whatever, and that's right, hipsters. I was talking about hipsters, but it's a beauty looking camera though, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I really like it. Olympus, it's like the ultimate rangefinder point and shoot compact, so it still works too. I think this one it broke halfway, but in the end it's still working again. I had to flip over to manual, which is fine. That's what's good about it. If the automatic fails on you, you can go back to manual. So yeah, that was a good show. That was a good day out. I should take it out more. I've only taken it out once. So Canon AE1. Yeah, this is my old brother's camera from the 80s. So I went and bought a brand new one. Well, not brand new, but a really good mint condition one. He's got stolen, you know, about 25 years ago. Carrying on in the film tradition, I think I was getting into film, right into film around this period of the year. So I went and bought, I think it was about $400 bucks, and it had the 1.8 50mm. Is it 1.8? Where the hell is it? Yeah, 1.8 50mm, nifty 50. Cop that, love that sound. I even bought some bling for it. A little button there. But yeah, I went to Barangaroo in the city. I took Jerry with me. Got some really good photos, even some self-portraits with Jerry. I think I went to my brother's house and and asked him do you remember this? He goes, what the hell, where did you find that? I thought it got stolen. He goes, no, I went and bought a new one. That jogged a few you know, good memories of this back in the 80s. This was his first camera, and really my first camera when you think about it, because I borrowed it a lot. Yeah, really good. I really love the Canon AE1. This is the program one, the one up from the AE1. So that was a beauty. That was a good day out at Barangaroo.
Yeah, I remember the little
33.
the little focus thing in the center. You know.
Yeah, the split prism. All right, so I took my 100 to 400 out again, and this time I went to the brick pit in Homebush there in Olympic Park, where the Olympic is. I don't know what it was some sort of like where they made bricks, I guess. Anyway, I was trying to get arty-farty again. I think this is a little bit too much to zoom in. I think this was a little bit too much of a reach, even at 100 millimeters. But if you position yourself properly, you can get some shots. Alright, so this one went around my hometown of Smithfield. I couldn't be bothered going anywhere else. I took Jerry with me. It's just so much easier when you're trying to film and that. With my Canon AE1, with black and white film this time. I think I had the HP, I think I had the Ilford HP. Did I process this myself? No, this one I got the lab to process it, and you can tell between processing, when the lab processes the film and when I process it with my monobath, it just comes out so much better than the monobath. I've just realised now. But this one I went around Smithfield, just took some local shots around my hometown. Yeah, it's you can find some really interesting things around your own hometown, you know. I think then I ended up going to Parramatta, taking some shots with yellow filter. I've got a yellow filter for it, Canon AE1 Program. Alright, so this one was, I didn't think Jerry was going to make it, so this one was, I thought was going to be Jerry's last walk, but she made it. So you could tell how skinny she was, eh? Poor Jerry. Yeah, look how skinny she was. I took some good photos though. I like this photo of the tree. It's one of my best photos. Hey Jerry, this is what I thought, this is what I was Rob getting silly. Hey Jerry, we had a good, you know, that was a good walk, and then that was the next day we had the operation. So yeah, so anyway, that was a good September. It was all around September. Anyway, if you don't know, Jerry got over the operation and she's all good. So yeah, that was a tough time really for me and Jerry, or more for Jerry really. But in the end, the doctors at SASH are really good. Yeah, so this is when Jerry got over the cancer and they had the operation. I think it was the next video. It's a very tough year this year for me and Jerry. I mean, more Jerry really. But it gets very emotional having a dog. And yeah, looking back at that photo, I can't believe how skinny she was. Because the bloody, the block, you know, the tumour. Anyway. She's all better now. Hey Jerry.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.